This whole notion of peaking, though, is an intriguing.
Did somebody tell you life was over?
I had a friend who said, you know, don't worry, you've achieved your legacy, and me and Tim are known in our advertising careers. We're best known for our 15-year award-winning effort doing Subaru's LGBT marketing, and I'm very proud of that work. But that was many years ago.
Said, John, life's over.
And you would think that, like, so I had lunch the other day with our web designer and one of our people, a guy I've known for many years, my friend Daiska. And we had a similar conversation to this, and he was talking about how he's observed that a number of our peers, so that would be people in our kind of age group, have either plateaued or on the downslope, or they're just doing more and more interesting things. And he broke it into 3 categories. He said, you probably know people like this already, people that are coasting along, they're looking down the road, they're like, I got 10 more years, I got 8, I just got to make it to the finish line. So that's one silo he put people in. The other was, I'm done learning what I want to learn. I'm really done with all the, like, so that was even less, it was worse than plateauing. They're on the downhill. And then there was a group of people in another silo who constantly taking classes, learning new things. And he said he feels that ageism thing that we just talked about in corporate America and in the job world, or in the job, you know, getting jobs, probably relates to those first 2, the plateau and the downhill. But depending on your personality, if you're a lifelong learner and you're engaged and you like solving problems and you share that with other people, you're probably going to be fine. What do you think?
Yeah, no, as you were explaining that, it reminded me a little bit of Erin McHugh, who's been on the show a bunch as a, you know, she'd worked in the publishing industry forever, and then she decided 15 years ago that she was going to write books, and has written over 20, and she's into her mid-60s, and she just learned how to surf. You know, she wants
exactly.
And she's always constantly trying to learn something
new.
or do something. I looked at this and I thought, I think the bigger issue here is for somebody, I talked to someone once about, what would you do next if this show didn't continue, or what would you do next? And you'd have to go get a job. And he said, you know, you'll get a job. He says, but it's not going to be the kind of job you used to have where you thought, I'm going to be captain of industry. They said, you still may have a great time, learn a lot, contribute, but you're going to have a different perception of it because of what you've done all the years previous. And so he said, once you get over that you're not going to be the next CEO of something if you happen to just go in at mid-age, he said, who knows where it will lead.
You might enjoy it. So doesn't that relate back to this peaking thing? Like, I agree with you that whatever most people's next chapters will be, if you unburden yourself from the notion of having to be a star or run the company, life just changes because you're like, wow, you know, I don't have to be the A-team player. I don't have to be the head of the group.
But you could go off and say you went off and you became a teacher somewhere, or a professor, you're adjunct professor, and all of a sudden you're teaching at a college here in New York, and the students love you, and you love teaching, and lo and behold, John's, you know, outstanding faculty member here this year or something. That's a great accomplishment. So, and that could be something that's not expected, but you worked at it, and here's another
pulled it off.
Another thing you're proud of. So, I think that's where the hope part for me comes in. And overall, is if you don't have a dream or you don't have a goal to say I want to do something, you could get pretty stagnant.
And trust me, this culture that we're in allows you to become pretty stagnant pretty easily. There's a lot of distractions that can easily keep you off the road of even developing a dream, frankly. And a dream could be something super simple. You can say, like my older sister just completed a whole course in flower arranging.
Yep, I love this stuff. Did you see the one yesterday? It was her birthday yesterday.
Yeah, and she's posts all these great pictures of her flower arranging abilities, and she's had a ball.
And it looks like she could work she could work at a florist. I was thinking, I have a friend of mine from college who's, I would say, is probably more of a mentor. Retired surgeon, was on the staff at Harvard, and taught there as well. But he was a heart surgeon, and he started painting. And the paintings are great. And again, I mean, he might get excited by just saying, I'm going to have a little art show at the local craft fair and sell all my artwork out, and that's given me more joy than maybe something. It's like when your mom did her photography exhibit.
She had the best time at that little opening. She had a whole career as a teacher.
Right.
2 master's degrees. I don't know how many kids she taught and lives she changed, but that little gallery show meant the world to her.
And that's what I think is important, to have those sort of things.